au marché, tu peux tout trouver, des patates et du poisson, des savates et du savon. Au marché, tu peux tout trouver, et le samedi du pissenlit pour faire joli. Un chou-fleur pour ta sœur, 3 œufs pour le prix de 2, du hachis pour midi, le dessert que tu préfères, c'est la vanille pour les petites filles et le citron pour les garçons. Au marché, tu peux tout trouver, des patates et du poisson, des savates et du savon. Au marché, tu peux tout trouver, et le samedi du pissenlit pour faire joli.
Allez, 15 € le foie gras frais sur la table. Allez hop.
Un pot de colle pour l'école, quelques clous pour quelques sous, du shampoing pour le...
The open-air market is a wonderful cultural experience here in France. All kinds of smells, sights, sounds, and yes, tastes as well. The market is only one of the things that makes France beautiful. There are beautiful landscapes, beaches and castles, historical landmarks packed with a sense of history. France is a beautiful place, and yet behind the beauty there's a haunting emptiness. Just as the beauty and lively bustle of the market often hides the messy piles of empty boxes and damaged produce, so the smiles of the French people often hide lonely, hurting hearts.
The country is filled with darkness and despair, so much so that as many as 1 in 4 French people consume antidepressants, and suicide is a growing national concern with over 150,000 attempts each year. Since 1982, the number of deaths by suicide has been greater than the number of highway accidents, and today it is double the number of accident fatalities. Suicide is the number 1 cause of death in France among the 25 to 34-year-olds, and each year over 40,000 young people aged 15 to 24 attempt suicide.
Pressure and stress are also a way of life. 1 in 5 French people say they have trouble sleeping at night, and 1 in 2 complain of persistent fatigue at least one time during the year.
Families are breaking apart. 1 marital partner in 3 admits to having been unfaithful to their spouse at least once. Divorce is skyrocketing, with nearly 1 in every 2 marriages ending in divorce. In society at large, there is growing social unrest and urban violence. Where is hope to be found?
France remains a country that is nominally Christian, but religious faith has less and less influence on society. Only between 60 and 70% of the population say they even believe in God anymore. When surveyed as to how important religious faith is to their life, around 90% of the population in Muslim countries declare very important. Compare that to 60% of Americans who say religious faith is very important, 20% of Europeans who say the same, while in France, the number who say that religious faith is very important is under 10%. And sadly, less than 1% of the French have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ.
There are 450 cities in France with more than 10,000 people which have no evangelical church. And of the nearly 37,000 towns and villages in France, 35,000 have no evangelical witness. According to the website 247prayer.com, 80% of the population have never even seen or held a Bible.
Into this environment, the CMA is working to push back the darkness. The CMA has been in France for only 30 years, yet we've planted 23 churches throughout the country, 10 Asian churches, 3 English-speaking international churches, and 10 French-speaking congregations. With the lack of trained leaders for the church, the French CMA churches invited us to come and help develop leaders in the local church. Partnering with French-speaking churches in Quebec, Canada, we have been able to develop a training program that's starting to make an impact in the churches.
One young leader wrote,
I really want to thank you for this past weekend. I am so grateful that we can have this training in our church. The readings that you assign us are really uplifting. Learning to meditate on Scripture has profoundly transformed my Christian life.
Another church leader wrote,
This training was for me one of the best things to happen since I came to faith.
While we are excited by what is happening, much remains to be done. We would like to see training centers established in each metropolitan center where there's an Alliance Church, with trained lay people leading and teaching the classes. Many French churches can't afford to hire a full-time pastor, and those that can are often unable to find good pastoral candidates.
Both Al and I have also been involved in the evangelistic outreach team of the local church we attend in the Paris area. La Défense is the business center of Paris where over 100,000 people come daily to work. Because of the outreach vision of Alliance Missionaries, a key church was planted here nearly 10 years ago. We have actively participated in the life and ministry of this congregation. Because of the financial restraints, I have not been able to travel with Al, who's gone 3 out of 4 weekends to various training centers. I have, however, been active in our local church in La Défense, as well as using the time to build relationships in the community. I've been able to host stamping and card-making parties, several Christmas teas, taught English classes, and English conversation. But what was most exciting to me, however, was that I was able to host an investigative Bible study, inviting 3 friends who had never before studied the Bible. 2 friends came to the study, both of them praying to receive Christ before I left France. The work is slow in Europe. After serving 12 years in Africa, we had to adapt to a whole new mentality. Because of the history of religious wars in Europe, many are suspicious of Christianity and evangelism. It takes time to break down barriers of suspicion and hostility.
How are we going to push back the darkness in France? We can't do it alone. We are partners with you, our CMA churches in the United States. Without your backing in prayer, finances, and missions education, we could never do what we are doing. Will you partner with us? You might think that you are one small light, but as you join with us as a vital support team, we can push back the darkness.
Just 1 second, give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your arms for the brokenhearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me your heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see. Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Lord, give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. That I keep